Alright, BoobTube. Well, today we're back in the garage with a pile of new parts and everything's out of the car. So I have been prepping and sanding and everything else. As you can see on this store's not quite done yet, but the interior looks like it is, well, looks like I got some puddles that didn't quite drain from last night's pressure washing. But the interior is ready for my primer coat. It's a primer bonder sealer from Rust-Oleum that's just in a spray can. Just so the paint that I'm gonna actually put on the interior is an epoxy, so it should survive a lot better. But just wanted to give a quick update. Yes, I'm painting over all the hard lines because I don't feel like removing them. I am gonna cover the master and clutch, master for the brakes and clutch, because, you know, at least those will stay nice, but the hard lines will all be white, everything will be white. The wiper I'm going to cover as well, but the entire engine bay will be painted, the entire interior will be painted, the fenders and everything will be painted, and hopefully it all looks great. Actually, let me see, I might have some of that laying around. There's a truck. Haven't done nothing to the truck but drive it. It's been good. This is what I'm using right here. So, so far so good. It's holding on real well. You can take your finger, run across it and scratch it and it doesn't. Oh shit. Okay, well, I gotta put that back together, so my tape the humidity must have got to my tape. But this will just get painted with the rattle can. I'm not gonna epoxy this because it's had some really serious weather action in it, and I don't want to pressure wash all this and then paint it and everything. I'm just gonna paint over it, and it should be fine because nobody's gonna look back here anyways ever. But anyways. Don't know how much of actual spraying I will get since I still don't have a stand for my camera or for my phone, and my camera is dead, but I should have something here in the next couple of days. And if you're wondering why there is orange goop everywhere, this is fire foam. It's required for the series that I run in, that all holes and everything are sealed. Even cracks from possible fire. So this is technically a firewall since the tank is underneath that cap there. But anyways, I'm gonna get to it. I gotta shuffle some vehicles around, push this bad boy out, hopefully dry that little bit of water up that's laying down in there. Excuse me. And then paint this bad boy. So when we come back, hopefully most of it will look like that, and then I will come back to y'all probably tomorrow after everything is dried, and we will do the actual epoxy painting. So here we go. All right, BoobTube. Well, we got the primer on. Well, the terrible coverage of the primer, since I had two separate cans that clogged the nozzle, and I had to do the brake clean, smash the nozzle, and spray it as fast as I can to get it out, so I wasn't wasting cans of paint. So it's kinda covered, but it should help promote the adhesion with the epoxy. So right now, I've got to prep my new to me Harbor Freight guns for paint and get the compressor started and get everything set up so that when it's time to spray, it's go time. So I'm gonna get started on that, and when we come back, I may set you up and do a time lapse of me actually spraying the car. So we shall see. Anyways. All right, BoobTube. I didn't end up setting up a time lapse. I didn't have some free hands. It's a done deal. It's definitely not perfect. I missed some spots on the bottom of a couple of bars and stuff, but you can't notice at a glance that I missed stuff. This is technically supposed to be gray. It's kind of gray on the screen, but in person it looks way white. But yeah, so that's the interior painted. Now I got to do some more sanding on some Bondo stuff that I've done to help flatten this door out so that when I spray it, it doesn't look as bad. But that's the interior with all the bars and everything done, and here's the engine bay with everything back uncovered. Everything that I wanted to stay true to its color, the throttle cable and the clutch line, stayed black and clear and whatever, and everything else is white like I wanted it to be. So that's pretty much it. I was able to get the inner fenders really well. We'll see how this stands up. This is like, I don't know what you would say, probably 1 to 2 heavy coats. I didn't want to mix up a whole batch and do several coats because the stuff was very hard to get to spray on. I pretty much had to have everything on my gun maxed out for it to just spray without splattering everywhere. So, but yeah, I'm pretty content with how it looks. We'll see how it does on its first pressure wash from a race or something. But yeah, and then of course I got them pedals nice and black so they stand out, easy to see, and so on and so forth. But overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It turned out better than I could have ever hoped. So yeah, I'll finally have a update video for you guys to look at. But anyways, guys, until next time, deuces.